You don't know what I'm thinking about now, do you?
Not in the least. Cigarette.
No, thank you.
You see, the only people who really know what other people are like are artists, and they don't know why they know it. But if they're portrait painters, it comes out on the canvas.
Are you a painter?
Oh, no, I'm an architect.
My parents, baptized me Christopher, in the hopes that I would be an architect. Christopher Wren. Actually, of course, everyone laughs about it and makes jokes about St. Paul's. However, who knows? I may yet have the last laugh. Christopher Wren's prefab nest may yet go down in history. I'm simply going to love this place. I find your wife most sympathetic. Indeed. Really very beautiful.
Oh, don't be absurd.
There. Isn't that like an English woman? Compliments always embarrass them. European women take compliments as a matter of course, but English women have all the feminine spirit crushed out of them by their husbands. There's something very gorgeous about English women.
Come up and see your room.
Shall I?
Yes, right. Did you stoke up the hot water boiler?
Yes.
I'm Mrs. Boyle.
I'm Giles Ralston. Come into the fire, Mrs. Boyle, and get warm. Awful weather, isn't it? Is this your only luggage?
Major Metcalf, is it to sink to it?
I'll leave the door for him.
The taxi went into risk coming up the drive. It stopped at the gate, and we had to share a taxi from the station, and there was great difficulty in getting that. Nothing ordered to meet us, it seems.
I'm so sorry. We didn't know which train you were coming by, you see. Otherwise, of course, we would have seen that someone was standing by.
All trains should have been met.
Let me take your coat. My wife will be here in a moment. I'll just go along and give Metcalf a hand with the bags.
The drive might have at least been cleared of snow. Most offhand and casual, I must say.
I'm so sorry. I was
Mrs. Ralston?
Yes, it's so nice to meet you.
You're very young.
Young?
To be running an establishment of this kind. You can't have had much experience.
There's got to be a beginning for everything.
I see. Quite inexperienced. An old house, I hope you haven't got dry rot.
Certainly
A lot
not.
of people don't know they've got dry rot until it's too late to do anything about it.
The house is in perfect condition.
Could use a coat of paint. You know, you've got worm in this oak.
This way, Major. This is my wife.
How do you do? It's an absolute blizzard outside. Thought at one point we shouldn't make it. I beg your pardon. If it continues like this, also you'll have 5 or 6 feet of snow by morning. Haven't seen anything like it since I was on leave in 1940.
I'll take these up. Which rooms did you say? Blue room and rose room?
No, I put Mr. Wren in the rose room. He liked the 4 posters so much. So it's Mrs. Boyle in the oak room and Major Metcalf in the blue room.
Major?
So,
Do you have much servant difficulty here?
We have quite a good local woman who comes in from the village.
And what indoor staff?
No indoor staff, just us.
Indeed. I understood this was a guest house in full running order.
We're only just starting.
I would have said that a proper staff of servants was essential before opening an establishment of this kind. I consider your advertisement most misleading, Mrs. Ralston. May I ask if I'm the only guest staying here, with Major Metcalf and
There
hers?
are several here.
This weather too? A blizzard no less, all very unfortunate.
We couldn't very well foresee the weather.
The north wind doth blow, and it will bring snow. And what will the robin do then, poor thing? I adore nursery rhymes, don't you? Always so tragic and macabre. That's why children like them.
May I introduce Mr. Wren and Mrs. Boyle?
How do you do?
This is a very beautiful house. Don't you think so?
I have come to the time of life where the amenities of an establishment are far more important than its appearance. If I had believed this to be a running concern, I should have never come here. I understood it was fully equipped with every home comfort.
There is no obligation for you to remain here if you are not satisfied, Mrs. Boyle.
No, indeed. I shan't think of doing so.
If there's been any misapprehension, it would perhaps be best if you went elsewhere. I could ring up for the taxi to return. The roads are not yet blocked. We have had so many applications for rooms that we should be able to fill your place quite easily. In any case, we are raising our terms next month.
I'm certainly not going to leave before I have tried what this place is like. You needn't think you can turn me out now. Perhaps you will show me to my room, Mrs. Ralston?
Certainly, Mrs. Boyle. Right upstairs.
I think that's a perfectly horrible woman. I don't like her at all. I'd love to see you turn around into the snow. Serve her right.
It's a pleasure I've got to forgo, I'm afraid. There's another of them. Come in, come in.
Rode my passport about half a mile down the road. Ran into a drift.
Let me take this. Any more stuff in the car?
No, I travel light. Ah, glad to see you've got a good fire.
Mr. Wren, Miss...
Casewell.
My wife will be down in a minute.
No hurry. Got to get myself thawed out. Looks as though you're going to be snowed up here. Well, the forecast says heavy falls expected. Motorists warned, etc., etc. Hope you've got plenty of provisions in.
Oh yes, my wife's an excellent manager. And anyways, we can always eat our hands.
Before we start eating each other, eh?
Any news in the paper, apart from the weather?
Oh, usual political prizes. Oh yes, and a rather juicy murder.
A murder? Oh, I like murder.
They seem to think it was a homicidal maniac. Strangled almost, sent him in with Paddington. Sex maniac, I suppose.
Doesn't say much, does it? The police are anxious to interview a man seen in the vicinity of Culver Street at the time. Medium height, wearing darkish overcoat, lightish scarf, and soft felt hat. Police messages to this effect have been broadcast throughout the day.
Useful description. Fit pretty well on anyone, wouldn't it?
When it says that the police are anxious to interview somebody, is that the polite way of hinting he's the murderer?
Could be.
Who was the woman who was murdered?
Mrs. Lyon. Mrs. Maureen Lyon.
Young or old?
Doesn't say. Doesn't seem to have been robbery.
I told you. Sex maniac.
Here's Miss Casewell, Mollie. My wife.
How'd you do?
It's an awful night. Would you like to come up to your room? The water's hot if you'd like a bath.
You're right, I would. What a lovely room you've got here.
I think. Major Metcalf is very nice. He won't be difficult. It's Mrs. Boyle really frightens me. We must have a nice dinner. I was thinking of opening 2 minced beef and cereals, and a tin of peas, and mashed potatoes, and stewed figs and custard. Do you think that'll be all right?
No, I should think so. Not very original, perhaps.
Oh, do let me help. I adore cooking. Why not an omelette? You've got eggs, haven't you?
Oh yes, we've got plenty of eggs. We keep lots of fowls. They don't lay as well as they should, but you put down a lot of eggs.
You've got a bottle of cheap. Any type of wine tied to the minced beef and cereals, did you say? Give it a continental flavor. Show me where the kitchen is and you've got it. I dare say I shall have an inspiration.
Come on. Isn't he sweet? He's put on an apron and is getting all the things together. He says, leave it all to him and don't come back for half an hour. If our guests want to do the cooking themselves, it will save us a lot of trouble.
Why on earth did you give him the best room?
I told you, he likes the 4-poster.
He likes the pretty 4-poster. Twer.
Giles,
I've got no use for that kind. You didn't handle his suitcase. I did.
had it got bricks in it?
It was no weight at all. If you ask me, there was nothing inside it. He's probably one of those young men who go around bilking hotel keepers.
I don't believe it. I like him. Anyway, that Miss Casewell's rather peculiar, don't you think?
Terrible female. If she is a female.
It seems very hard that all our guests should either be unpleasant or odd. Anyway, I think Major Metcalf's all right, don't you?
Probably drinks.
Do you think so?
No, I don't. I was just feeling rather depressed. Well, at any rate, we know the worst now. They're all here.
Who can that be?
Probably the Culver Street murderer.
Oh, don't.
1,000 pounds. I am.
Where am I? This is Monkswell Manor Guest House.
Oh, what stupendous good fortune. Madame, what an answer to prayer. A guest house and a charming hostess. Alas, my Rolls Royce has fallen into snowdrift. Blinding snow everywhere. I do not know where I am. And then I think to myself I shall freeze to death. Then I take a little bag, I stagger through the snow, and then I see in front of me big iron gates, a habitation. I am saved. Twice I fall into the snow as I come into your drive, but I arrive, and instantly despair turns to joy. I can have a room. Yes? Yes.
I'm afraid it's a rather small room.
Oh, naturally. You have other guests.
Well, we've only just opened this place as a guest house today, so we're rather new at it.
Oh, charming.
What about your luggage?
That is of no consequence. I have locked the car securely.
But wouldn't it be better to get it in?
No. I can assure you that on a night like this, there will be no thieves abroad. And for me, my wants are simple. I have all I need. Here, in this little bag. Yes, all I need.
You'd better get thoroughly warm.
Oh, thank you.
I'll see about your room. I'm afraid it's a rather cold room because the place is north, but all the others are occupied.
So you have several other guests then?
Oh, yes. There's Mrs. Boyle and Miss Casewell, Major Metcalf, and a young man named Christopher Wren. And now, you.
Yes, the unexpected guest. The guest you did not invite. The guest who just arrived after the storm. Sounds quite dramatic, does it not? Who am I? You do not know. Where do I come from? You do not know. Me? I am the man of mystery. But now I tell you this. From now on, there will be no more rivals and no departures either. By tomorrow, even already, we are cut off from civilization. No butcher, no baker, no milkman, no postman, no daily papers. Nobody and nothing but ourselves. That is admirable. Could not suit me better. My name, by the way, is Paravicini.
Oh, yes, ours is Ralston.
Mr. and Mrs. Ralston. And this is Monkswell Manor Guest House. Yes. Monkswell Manor Guest House. Ah, perfect.
I consider it most dishonest not to have at least told me they were only just starting this place.
Well, everything's got to have a beginning, you know. Excellent breakfast this morning. Good coffee, scrambled eggs, homemade marmalade, and all nicely served too. Little woman does it all herself.
Amateurs, there should be a proper staff.
Excellent lunch too.
Corned beef.
Very well disguised corned beef. Red wine in it. Miss Ralston promised to make us a pie for tonight.
These radiators are not quite hot. I shall speak about it.
Very comfortable beds too. At least mine was. Hope yours was too.
It was quite adequate. I don't particularly see why the best bedroom in the house had to go to that very peculiar young man.
Courtier ahead of us. First come, first served.
From the advertisement, I got quite a different impression of what this place would be like. A comfortable writing room, a much larger place altogether with bridge and other amenities.
Great little Tabby's delight.
I beg your
I
pardon.
mean, I quite see what you mean there.
No, I should not be staying here long.
No, no. I don't suppose you will.
Really, what a very peculiar young man. Unbalanced mentally, I shouldn't wonder.
Think he escaped from the lunatic asylum?
I shouldn't be at all surprised.
Giles,
Yes?
could you shovel the snow away again from the back door?
Coming.
I'll give you a hand. What? Good exercise. Must have exercise.
Really, what an extraordinary young woman. Doesn't she know anything about housework? Carrying a carpet sweeper to the front hall. Aren't there any back stairs?
Oh yes, nice back stairs. Very convenient if there was a fire.
Then why not use them? Anyway, all the housework should have been done in the morning, before lunch.
I gather our hostess had to cook the lunch.
All very haphazard and amateurish. There should be a proper staff.
Not very easy to get nowadays, is it?
No, indeed. The lower classes seem to have no idea of their responsibilities.
Poor old lower classes got the bit between their teeth, haven't they?
I gather you are a socialist?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm not a red, just pale cream. But I don't take much interest in politics. I live abroad.
I suppose conditions are much easier abroad.
I don't have to cook clean, as I gather most people have to do in this country.
Well, this country has sadly gone downhill. Not what it used to be. I sold my house last year. It was too difficult.
Hotels and guest houses are easier.
They certainly do solve some of one's problems. Are you staying over in England for long?
Depends. I've got some business to see to. When it is done, I shall go back.
To France?
No.
Italy?
No.
Would you mind turning that down? I find it most distracting when one is trying to write letters. Do you? If you're not particularly going to listen just now.
It's my favorite music. There's a writing table in there.
I know, but it's much warmer here.
Much warmer, I agree. Turn it down a bit. Old radio.
It's getting better. Is that all right?
Oh yes, it served its purpose.
What purpose?
Tactics, boy.
Oh, you mean her?
She pinched the best chair. I got it now.
You drove her out. I'm glad. I'm very glad. I don't like her a bit. Let's think of things we could do to annoy her, shall we? I wish she'd go away from here.
In this, not a hope.
Yes, but when the snow melts.
No, when the snow melts, lots of things may have happened.
Yes, that's true. Snow's rather lovely, isn't it? So peaceful and pure. It makes one forget things.
It doesn't make me forget.
How fierce you sound.
I was thinking.
What sort of?
Eyes on the bedroom jug. Children's raw and bleeding. Some things ragged naked. A child shivering with cold and fear.
My dear, it sounds too grim. What is it, a novel?
You didn't know I was a writer, did you?
Are you?
Sorry to disappoint you, actually I'm not.
Yes? Yes, this is Monkswell Manor Guest House. No, I'm afraid Mr. Ralston can't come to the telephone just now. This is Mrs. Ralston speaking. Who? The Berkshire Police. Well, yes, Superintendent Hogben, but I'm afraid that's impossible. The roads are blocked. He'd never get here. We're snowed up, completely snowed up. Yes, the roads are impassable. Yes. Very well. But what? Hello? Hello?
Mollie, do you know there's another spade?
Giles, the police have just run up.
Trouble with the police, eh? Serving a liquor without a license.
They said they're sending an inspector or a sergeant or something.
But he'd never get here.
That's what I told them, but they seemed quite confident that he would.
Nonsense. Even a jeep couldn't get through today. Anyways, what's it all about?
That's what I asked, but he wouldn't say. Just said I was to impress upon my husband to listen very carefully to whatever Sergeant Trotter, I think it was, had to say, and to follow his instructions implicitly. Isn't it extraordinary?
What on earth do you think we've done?
Do you think it's those nylons from Gibraltar?
I did remember to get the wireless license, didn't I?
Yes, it's in the kitchen dresser.
I had a rather near shave with the car the other day, but it was entirely the other fellow's fault.
You must have done something.
It's probably got something to do with running this place. I expect we've ignored some tin pot regulation of some ministry or other. You practically can't avoid it nowadays.
I wish we never started this place. We're going to be snowed up for days. Everyone is crossed, and we shall go through all our reserve of tins.
Cheer up, darling. Everything's going all right at the moment. I filled up all the coal scuttles and brought in the wood, and stoked the aga and done the hens. And I'll go into the boiler next and chop some kindling. You know, Mollie, come to think of it, it must be something pretty serious to send a police sergeant checking out on all of this. It must be something really urgent.
Ah, there you are, Mr. Ralston. Do you know that the central heating in the library is practically stone cold?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Boyle. We're a bit short of coke, and
I am paying 7 guineas a week here. 7 guineas, and I'm not going to freeze.
I'll go and stoke it up.
Mrs. Ralston, you don't mind my saying this. That's very extraordinary